Hi there, this lesson we're going to learn about fulcrums. We're going to do a little bit of basic drum notation. We are going to learn a basic fill to go with lessons 1 and 2 and how to move it around the kit. Let's go. Okay then, so what is a fulcrum? Basically, it's a point on the stick where the stick naturally rebounds itself. So you have your grip, putting your 2 fingers wrapped round, and you always play with your palm facing down, okay? So what the fulcrum is the point that when you hit the surface, the stick naturally rebounds back up, okay? So imagine if there was no gravity and you hit something, it would just float away off into space. That's the perfect point where the fulcrum is, okay? But it's not a balancing point of where the stick balances, it's where when you hit it, you get a natural rebound of the stick, so it comes back up. I'll just show you that now on the stag practice pad, okay? So the fulcrum is where you hit it, the stick naturally rebounds back up by itself, yeah? So you throw it down, that is the fulcrum point. Okay, so it gives us a lot more control over bounces because we have to do less work. Okay, I'll go into that more detail in the next few videos, but for now, that's what you need to find, is the balancing, is the point where the stick naturally rebounds itself. That will help you all with your playing, okay? Right then, okay, so this is the basic drum beats, drum notation that we're going to learn today. So this is a crotchet. So a crotchet equals 1 beat, okay? The next one down is called a quaver. You can tell the difference because it has 1 line on the top, on the tail, and that equals half a beat, okay? So to make up 1 crotchet, you need 2 quavers, okay? Because they're only half. So half plus a half equals 1. So what you'll see at the start of the stave is 4 over 4. Now this means we're doing 4 beats to a bar, okay? So your beats are 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 crotchets to a bar, okay? So if we had a bar of quavers, we would need 8 because you double it. So you have 4 single beats to a bar, but then you'd need 8 of these, so 8 hits to make up 1 bar in 4/4. Okay? So crotchet, 1 beat, quaver, half a beat, and the 4/4 means there's 4 beats to the bar. So there's 4 crotchets to the bar, so you need 8 crotchets to make up a bar in 4/4. Okay, so I'll show you on the stave what that looks like, and I'll also put in where the snare fits on the stave. We always play in a bass clef. You get a bass clef and a treble clef. Treble clef is generally used in pianos, guitar music, things like that. We have a bass clef because our instruments generally are a lot deeper. It's in 4/4 time, so there's 4 beats to a bar, 4 crotchets to a bar. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're playing it, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if these become quavers, we need to double the amount for the bar. So you end up with something that looks like that. So we've gone from the single ones, and now you add in 1 behind, because remember you need 2 to make up 1 beat. So now you have 8 in the bar, and that would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If we just count it on the crotchet, you get 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll slow it down a little bit for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now we'll move on to the first filling that we're going to learn. So before we start, I'm just going to explain quickly what a filling is. So when we say filling, we mean it's normally a point leading up to a build-up in a song, or a little break in a song, or just to add in a little bit of colour to the song. By colour I mean just, you know, a little bit of extra sound. We use them to transition maybe from one beat to another, from one part of a song, say from the chorus to the verse. So that's what's meant by a filling. Okay, so I know there's no notes on here yet. So it's a bass clef, it's in 4/4 time, and if you count two lines down, so 1, 2, this second line down is the snare drum line. So any note on that line is played on the snare drum, okay? Which, if you remember, is the drum that is sat between our legs. Okay, so I'm going to add some notes on here, and then I'll show you how to play the first filling. So with the notes on, you can see we've got 4 crotchets, or whole notes, on the snare drum line. So the count for this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to hit the snare drum 4 times over the count of 1 bar. Okay, let's see how that sounds. So the second filling, we've now moved to quavers, so away from the crotchets, once again all on the snare drum line. So this time we've got the extra one in between the 1, 2, 3, 4. So the count for this is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So in the 1 bar music we're going to be hitting the snare 8 times. Right then, so now in this next example, I'm going to be showing you how to move that filling around the kit. So wherever we play in one spot, you can use any of the voices that are on your drum kit. So by voices, I mean the different instruments, because when we play drums, it isn't just the drums, it's not just one instrument. You've got your cymbals, you've got your toms, snare drum, bass drum, hi-hat, cowbell if you want, tambourine. They're all what we call different voices. And these fillings can be played anywhere on the whole kit. And when I was learning, I was sort of constrained by my teacher. He didn't explain very well that all these different patterns can just be spread around the whole kit. You're not confined to just bat, 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 bat on the snare. You can move it around, okay? show you some examples of the two fillings that we've just learned and how to move them around the kit. You can get quite a few different sounds, and it just makes it a lot more fun to play. Right, okay then, just a few notes. Just have fun with it. It'll take time to get speed, start off slow, get faster and faster and faster, try to push yourself. But most of all, just have fun. That's what drums is all about, just a way to express yourself, lose yourself in the moment basically. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, just keep things nice and easy, nice and fluid. If you haven't seen part 1 and 2, where I teach 2 basic beats, so I teach the first beat that most drummers learn and also a variation of that beat, please check those out. And in the next lesson, I'll be showing you how to incorporate this filling in with that beat and where you should be playing it. Okay? Thank you for watching, I'll see you again soon.